Okay. Our next guest is going to show us how we can be available for service, show up in a really, really big way online, and take our message and supercharge it, like we were talking about this morning, in an absolutely brilliant, methodical, and strategic way. Really, really brilliant. And I alluded to this program yesterday and what this person does. And I'd love to invite Lisa up to the stage to share even more about what she does for us, does for the world. Thank you, Lisa.
I was trained to be an underdog. It was comply or prepare for a battle. Growing up, I heard things like, Lisa, you are not going to date that boy. Lisa, what's that freshman thing? Yeah, the freshman 15. Ugh, you need to lose some weight. Lisa, you're going to go to nursing school. Lisa, are you coming home for Christmas? No, Mom, I would say I'm working. The summer then. No. I worked 3 jobs in college just so I didn't have to go home and hear Lisa. At 24, I meet Eric, and after this whirlwind love, he asks me to marry him. I tell my mom that, and she says, Lisa, you both come for Thanksgiving now. I insist. So we go. We're sitting at the table, and my dad's over here, Eric's here, and right in front of me is Mommy Dearest. I hear the football game playing in the background, and my favorite stuffing from the table, it hits me, and I'm drinking the wine, and I think, this is nice. Eric goes to hand me the pumpkin pie. Lisa, don't you dare eat a piece of that pie. You're going to be too fat to even fit into any wedding dresses. So later that year, Eric and I decide we're going to move 400 miles away to Canada, where he grew up. But being a good girl still rings in my head. So day after day, week after week, month after month, I call home. At 32, I have a son now, Oliver, and I think now things will be different. Now things will change. It won't be about me, even though I am carrying some extra weight. But things don't change, so I have to change. Every time I get on the phone and I hear Lisa, I hang up. And I get on the scale, and it's like the next day, 2 pounds are gone. Saying no to Mom, another pound gone. Not listening to that, another pound gone. And in 2 years, 100 pounds gone. You see, I decide now it's time to unpack this shit, right? So I start going to therapy, I start doing the internal work, I start calling home less, and I start picking up the phone less. And then at 34, I'm pulling out of a parking lot, I'm a traveling educator, nurse educator, and my phone goes ding, 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 ding. And as a mom and a wife, my first thought is, I hope something didn't happen to my family. I better pull over and check this. So I pull out my phone and, it's my mom. Lisa, a few things you should know. We haven't spoken in a while. You are heartless. You are soulless. I don't like you. I don't agree with you. You are no longer my daughter.
Whoa. Another 100 pounds?
I threw that phone down and I didn't even look up. I slammed the car in drive and then I grabbed the steering wheel and I'm shaking and the tears are starting to come down. And even though I'm in the car by myself, I hear something that says, stop. I slam the brakes, that seatbelt hits me And I thought, oh my God, what am I doing? Enough is enough. No, I can't change what's coming in, but I can change what I do going forward. And from now on, the only voice I'm listening to is my own. Woo! You see, prior to that moment, I had a business. I was working as a nurse. I had this passion project on the side. I lost 100 pounds. Great, I can teach people how to do that. I had a business, but I wasn't really visible. Like, if you wanted to work with me, you had to find me. How many of you here have a business? How many of you love that business? How many of you love yourself? How many of you want to fight for that business because you love yourself and you love your business? Yes, you see, you're no good when you keep your business to yourself. You must share it with others. And I was staying as that underdog by not sharing my gifts, by making you find me. How do you think an underdog wins? How does the underdog finally win? What's the first thing they do? Yeah, they pick the fight. They say, I want that. That's mine. I'm going to take that. I'm going to get that. That's what I'm going after. And then they train. I heard somebody say train. Yeah, they train their butt off to get there. They begin with that end in mind that you've heard before. And that's what I want to share with you today. Because what I did was I picked what I wanted, what programs I wanted, how I wanted to serve the world, how I wanted to start showing up. And then I developed a system that got me there. And I'm going to teach you that same system that once I went all in, I created 6 figures in 6 months from my kitchen table.
Wow.
I helped my client Vanessa get 20 members into her membership program 6 months before she ever launched it. By following this exact system, there is no better time than now. So that first step, the very first thing you need to do, mine your gold. Now, number 9, coal mine. This is where my pop-up worked until the mine closed. And that was on the main street in the town of Lansford, Pennsylvania, where I grew up. And the street over, beside the coal mine, had a playground. And when I was about my son's age, when I was 5, I would say, Pop, would you take me to the playground? And he would just look at me and nod. He'd put his big boots on and he'd put his big, rough hand out. And I would put my little hand in it and we would walk. And my 5-year-old self, I'd be looking at the birds and the bees and the trees and the flowers. And when I wasn't looking, he would throw a quarter on the ground. And he'd say, Lisa, and I'd go, oh, and I'd go down and I'd pick up that quarter. And we'd walk a few more steps and he'd throw a dime. And I'd go, oh, and I'd pick up that dime and I'd think, how come when I would go with my mom and dad, this wasn't here? This trail of gold. And I would collect it and I would put it in my hands. And do you know how much penny candy back then you could buy with like 50 cents? Right? You see, I don't want any of you in your business creating anything new. What do coal miners mine for? Coal, not diamonds and precious gems and the next big thing that comes their way. They go deep with one thing and they stick with it till they find it. So this is what I want you to do. Whenever you're sharing content, is mining your gold, mining that content, getting your stories. Let's say you're going to go live on Facebook. You're going to have a blog post. You're going to go on a podcast. You're going to speak. You're going to do a workshop. You're going to share your message. Here is how I want you to package it so that people listen. How long do you think we have now until people decide whether they want to stay and listen or they're out?
3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 seconds. 7 to 8 minutes if you're going live or you're on a video is the average attention span, someone will hang with you. So you gotta get the goods in 7 to 8 minutes, and here's how you do it. First thing that comes out of your mouth, who you are, what you do, and what result you get people. Sometimes we worry so much about, am I enough? Do I have enough degrees and certifications and years of experience and knowledge and goods? They don't care about that. They care about them and what result you get them. So yesterday we were playing with our 3 C's. It's like that first C. Cut right to the chase about what result do you get people. Because that's why they'll pay you. She can help me meditate. She can help me decrease my stress. She can help me love myself. She can get me online. She can teach me how to do a podcast. Whatever it is. Number 2, what are you talking about? What's the topic? And why should they care? Right? I'm going to teach you how to go live on Facebook because there are 7 billion people on this planet and 1 billion of them are on Facebook, is what the statistics say. So you want to be playing there, and that's where people are going. So you're going to share what's your topic, why should they care? When you tell them why they should care, they will. When you care, they care. Number 3 is a personal story. You heard the one of the dynamic with my mom. You heard a little bit of the story with my papa. How many of you, when I was telling the story of my mom, you thought about your mom? How many of you, when I was telling you about my papa, how many of you thought about your grandpa, your papa? Yeah, story unites us. It's a really quick way to say, I feel you. Right? You must share a personal story. That's number 3. Number 4 then is the goods. What are the how-to steps? How many of you have been through some stuff in your life and you can teach someone how to do the same? Only that many? All right, that's what I like to see. Yes. What are the actual steps they should take? You're going to meditate? What are the steps? You're going to decrease your stress? What are the steps? You're going to get online? What are the steps? People pay you for the how. Next is the objections. Because usually when you tell them why it matters, tell a story, teach them the steps, what are the first things they're going to say? Yeah, but that's going to work for you, but that's not going to work for me because I can't meditate, my brain is overly active. I can't get to bed early and get more sleep. I have a newborn. It's an opportunity to teach again. Because we're not speakers and authors and business women and powerful women. We are, but more importantly, we are educators. When you can teach people, that is when they want to know, like, and trust you. Oh, I knew I was going to kick something over up here. It's only a matter of time. Sorry, death to the plant. I'm sorry. And then lastly, call to action. After you've gone through the whole thing, we got to tell people where to go next. They want to do business with you when you serve them with the goods. So call to actions can either be transactional, meaning come and work with me. Come and buy my membership, buy my book, buy my coaching program, sign up for my course. Or it can be subscriptional, meaning check out my podcast, check out my Instagram, check out my blog, check out this live video I did. Tell them the next step and they will stay with you. Yes, yes?
Yes.
Okay, now my papa, the last memory that I have of him was I was about 9 and my mom said to me, we're going to go see Papa and he's in a home, but he's not in his home. And I said, okay, and I thought, great, let's get in the car and I wonder what other gems and jewels and things we can find together and what adventures we can go on. And we got in the car and we drove up and we pulled up to the building and there were words on the side and I didn't know what it said and I ran in because I couldn't wait to see him and I ran down the hallway and the smell hit me first. And then there were buzzers and bells, and I didn't understand. I ran in the room, and I saw my pop-up, and he was laying in the bed, and he had a washcloth here, and he was drooling coming down the side of his face, and I thought, that doesn't look like Pop, who so I could win the first grade spelling bee. I thought, that doesn't look like him. And his eyes lit up when he saw me. And he said one word, and that word was home. And that was all he could say, one word, home. You see, the stroke had taken his voice. And he did want to go home, because home was comfort and safety and security. And 1 month later, he did go home, and that was where he died. You see, that's the thing with your voice. One day it's here, and the next day it can be taken. So what are you doing right now to share your voice and your message today? And that's step number 2. Once you mine that gold, you gotta give it a home. Now that can be a Facebook group, that can be a website, that can be a funnel, that can be an email drip. When people can't find it, there's no comfort, there's no safety, there's no security, there's no you are the real deal when they don't see it. So number 2 is you gotta give it a home. And I like to say you invest at the rate that you grow. I started going live on Facebook every single day. And at the end of that Facebook, subscription or transactional, tune into my next live, or why don't you come and work with me? I have some Zoom calls, I have coaching programs we can do together. Invest at the rate that you grow. Number 3 then, is to share it with others so they can shine. December of 2017, I got a quick call. 4 days before I'm supposed to fly out to London, England. Lisa, I'm canceling the event. And I said, what? The event promoter, I'm canceling the event. I'm so sorry, I have to do it. And I said, you're canceling the event in London, England, internationally. I'm supposed to get on a plane, fly there. Everything's booked, flights booked, hotels booked. What? And I was in Brendan Burchard's mastermind at the time, and 3 other speakers were supposed to be speaking at this event with me. And I got off the phone with that event promoter, and I called them up, and I said, what are you guys going to do? Are you still going to go to London? And they said, no, Lisa, it's a wash. We're not going. The event's not happening. Why would we go? And I get off my phone, I look at my husband, and I say, we're going to London. And he says, yeah. My most supportive, loving husband, we're not going to London. I said, yes, we are. Because December 9, 2017, I'm supposed to be in London. I have no idea why. I have no idea what's going to happen. But I'm supposed to share my online and 9 course. I've been practicing for the last year, and I'm ready to launch it. Let's do it. I said, and when we're there, we're going to do a webinar. Because that's another way that I can reach more people than just in London, England. I'm ready to go. I mined my content. I have it in a funnel. I have it in a home. I'm ready to go. And we got on that plane and we went. And when I landed, I was able to get in touch with the very last speaker. And I said, where are you? She said, I'm here in London. And I have 40 women with me because they were all tickets that they bought, and they're here too because they're ready to launch their business. Will you serve them with me? And I said, absolutely. And you know that framework? Yeah. You know that framework I just taught you that I went through? That's what I used to teach 5 steps to launch. I ended up getting clients, testimonials, future customers from that. And I did the webinar, and I sold my online and 9 course, and I made a 2K sale at the end of it. Wow. Now, what do you think my friends were saying that decided not to go to London? Shit. You see, that's how the underdog wins. You don't quit. Nobody else gets to tell you when you launch, where you launch, how you launch, what you deliver, what you don't. You get to decide that. Then you see the last part that I want to tell you about is this online 9 course that I launched. It's the 9 steps, and I'll go really quickly through them. Write it down, the 9 steps you're going to take before you launch anything. Okay? Number 1, module 1 in this course is all about the online space. You got to understand who's playing there, what they're looking for, and what that demographic is. That's what I teach you. Number 2 is branding. Lots of people like to talk about brand colors and fonts and that nerdy stuff that my husband, God love him, he loves. I like to teach your brand emotion. How are people going to feel when they work with you? We nail that first. Number 3, your avatar. You're trying to speak to everyone, you're going to end up speaking to absolutely no one. You're going to have a person in mind, and the rest will come. Number 4, free content, free value. People always ask, what's the ROI before you launch something? What's the return on investment? And I say, that's the wrong question. It's ROG. You're really seeing your return on gratitude. How much have you taught? How much have you given? My client that bought my online 9 course at $2K, I said, what made you buy it when I was in London on a webinar? She said, I've been following you for a year. And today was the day. Number 5, website funnel. What are they? What do they look like? What do you need on it? A website and a funnel are not the very first thing that you need in your business. But I'll teach you about that. Number 6 is your first product creation and how you test it in 3 ways to make sure you're speaking it right and people understand it. If they don't understand it, they're not going to buy it. Number 7 then is your value ladder. The first yes is always the hardest. Once you get that first yes from people and you serve them, they want to know what that right next step is to take with you. So you never want to be a one-hit wonder. And I'll teach you about what other pieces should you build in your business, what makes sense. Number 8 is then your launch. Once you've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you're ready to launch it. Nothing worse than putting time, energy, and money into something and having it flop on the day that you launch it. You gotta follow these right steps. And then lastly, number 9, joint venture. And lots of people teach joint venture as high-level partners, high-level money. I teach it as, how many of you have met somebody really amazing here this weekend? Yeah, and a lot of you have known each other and learned it, and this community is amazing. You know each other. Your joint venture partner is probably sitting right to the right or the left of you right now. My friend Pam and I, we got together. I taught for 45 minutes. We pulled our lists together. I sold something at the end and I made $5,000, split it with her, and all we did was went live on Facebook together, taught the hell out of people, and offered something at the end. No money spent on ads, none of it. No excuses why you can't get online and deliver. And then the bonus that you get with it is a done-for-you funnel. Because a lot of people go, click what? A funnel is a what? It's an exact template that you can plug your information into and go. You see, I don't want there to be any excuses why you can't move forward today with your message and your mission. That's why you have that card in there. I don't care if you become part of the next book and you get the course from Kate, or you want to buy the course from me. I want that information in your hands. That's why it's 50% off, $9.97. You go on my website, it's $2K right now. But just in this Dare to Dream special, half off, because I want you to have that knowledge in your hands. Because I believe physically, creatively, intellectually, financially empowered women are going to change this world. Woo!